Now I will start part 2 of my NFL mock draft. The 17th pick of the 2009 NFL Draft, New York Jets will select Josh Freeman, quarterback out of Kansas State. They desperately need a cornerback. Brett Ratcliffe and Kellen Clemens are not the answer, even if some optimistic Jets fans think so. So they will go with, I think they will go with Freeman over Chris Wells, even though Thomas Jones has an expiring contract next year. With the 18th pick of 2009 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos will select Everett Brown, the defensive end, outside linebacker tweener out of Florida State. He's great value at this point, and some say he's a top 15 pick, but he falls here due to lack of need for a outside linebacker after the Redskins select Aaron Maybin. But the Broncos get great value here and a great player to add to their new defense under Josh McDaniels. With the 19th pick of the 2009 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will select Evander Hood, the defensive tackle. He's a strong player. Right now the Buccaneers definitely need a defensive tackle, and Hood is, besides B.J. Raji, who's taken long ago, Hood is the best defensive tackle in the draft. The 20th pick of the 2009 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions will select William Beatty. Beatty is probably the best tackle on the board, and as the Lions originally selected Stafford, they need to protect him now, and the prime candidate to protect him would be William Beatty, the tackle out of Connecticut, and so I think he'd be a perfect pick here. At the 22nd pick of the draft, the Minnesota Vikings will select Eben Britton, tackle out of Arizona. Obviously, Darius Butler, the corner, is an option here, but I think for them it's definitely a far bigger need at tackle. The 23rd pick of the 2009 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Darius Butler, the cornerback out of Connecticut. Bill Belichick went to Connecticut Pro Day to check this guy out. He's perfect for the New England Patriots. He has solid hips, can move really well in the backfield, and Patriots would be very privileged to take him here, as he could very well go a lot earlier. And I don't think they will take outside linebacker or any other position because I don't see any fit right now. 24th pick of the 2009 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons will take Brandon Pettigrew, the tight end out of Oklahoma State. Best tight end in the draft by far. And Pettigrew is the perfect combo tight end who can both block and catch, and would provide a deadly weapon for Matt Ryan out of the backfield. And look for this pick to make Atlanta very, very a team to beat in their division. With the 25th pick of the 2009 NFL Draft, the Vikings will select Brian Cushing, the outside linebacker out of USC. He's a final linebacker taken from USC, but he's a good one still, at this point at least. Some question about steroid use, but I'm not buying it until it's actually proven. But I think obviously the primary concern for the Dolphins is the secondary and cornerback, but there really isn't anyone at this point who would be good value, and I think so they turn to their second biggest need at pass rush and go ahead and select Brian Cushing. So I know this isn't ideal for Miami, but I think it's how it will pan out for them. Okay. With the 26th pick of the 2009 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens will select Darius Heyward-Bey, the wide receiver out of Maryland. He didn't produce very well in college, but really have good quarterback either, but he's extremely fast, performed really well at the combine, and Baltimore, they might want to consider developing a new receiver because they don't really have anyone for the future. And Hayward Bay is definitely the best option right here. With the 27th pick of the 2009 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts will pull a shocker, I think, and select Chris Beanie Wells, halfback out of Ohio State. Chris Wells should not have fallen this far, but he does, and I think that the Colts, while they do have Joseph Addai, he does get injured sometimes, and as we've seen lately, it's been very effective to have a 1-2 punch in the NFL, and I think that Chris Wells and Joseph Addai could make a very, very nice combo. And anyways, I don't think that they could mess up on this. I don't think so at all. With the 28th pick of the 2009 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills, who acquired this pick in the Jason Peters trade, will select Larry English, the defensive and outside linebacker tweener out of Northern Illinois. Comes from a small school, but he's very productive. Had 14 sacks, I believe. I don't know if that number's correct, but he's proven that he can get the quarterback and provide the pass rush that Buffalo needs. After all, their pass rush was was second worst or worst in the league last year. And English is obviously by far the best pass rusher available on this board. With the 29th pick of the 2009 NFL Draft, the Giants will select Kenny Britt, the wide receiver out of Rutgers. I think actually this pick will be traded to the Browns, which in that case they'll probably select running back, but perhaps Donald Brown or Keyshawn Moreno for Braylon Edwards. But if the Giants do indeed keep the pick, I think they will select a wide receiver to replace Plaxico Burress, who they recently released after his arrest in a nightclub for illegal possession of guns. With the 30th pick of the 2009 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans will select Sean Smith, the cornerback safety tweener out of Utah. Smith has great size, posted great combine with great speed, great jump, and right now I think that the Titans will need some depth behind Nick Harper, and I believe his contract is set to expire after this year, I believe, but I think that they need their depth up at the cornerback position. With the 31st pick of the 2009 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals will select running back Keyshawn Moreno out of Georgia. Moreno is probably their ideal choice, who slipped due to slow combine time, but he's probably better than anyone they have, as Edgar and James has proven ineffective since he's arrived in Arizona, and they lost one of their running backs this year, and they really don't have an effective running game right now. So I think that Moreno will be the pick here. Finally, to conclude the first round, Pittsburgh Steelers will select Alex Mack, the center out of California. They need depth up on their line. Mack is probably the best center in this draft. The Steelers will get a very good center here, as they've always done a great job drafting centers. So that concludes my 2009 NFL mock draft.